She took my man, then asked me to be her bridesmaid. What would you do if your ex moved on with your best friend? And worse, what if they wanted you smiling in the wedding photos? We met when I was 19. He said he liked the way I rolled my eyes at everything. Said I looked like I didn't take life too seriously. Until I looked at him. Because when I did, he said, he felt like maybe the world wasn't so messed up. We fell fast. The kind of fast that feels like falling off a cliff and hoping someone's waiting at the bottom. For 2 years, it was wild, chaotic, warm, until it wasn't. Because love, when it's young, sometimes forgets how to grow. We argued about dumb things, texting back too slow, checking likes on Instagram, staying out too late. You know, modern romance problems. He started pulling away. I thought maybe school was stressing him out. I asked if we were okay, and he just smiled with a tired mouth and said, "Yeah, just tired, babe." But I wasn't the one draining him. It was my best friend. Let's call her Lily. We met in freshman year too. Same dorm, same late-night pizza runs, same playlist on repeat. I loved her like a sister, trusted her like one too. Until the night she posted a picture of them at a rooftop bar. He wasn't tired, apparently. I found out the way Gen Z finds out everything, through stories. The comments? On fire. Y'all are so cute. Finally. Finally. That word felt like a punch. Like they'd been waiting for me to exit the frame so they could begin. No breakup, no closure, just silence from him and champagne clanks from them. I deleted Instagram that night, blocked both of them, grieved like someone had died because something had. Months passed. I tried to heal, tried to remember who I was before both of them crashing in. I cut my hair, got a job, started going to therapy. Then, last week, an email popped up. Subject, bridesmaid proposal, BRI, from Lily. I thought it was a prank. She wrote, "Hey love, I know it's been a while. Cam and I are getting married, and I couldn't imagine this day without you. You've always been such an important part of our lives. Let's let the past go. Say yes?" There was a Canva collage attached. Pink and beige aesthetic, my name spelled out with flower petals. I stared at the screen for 10 full minutes. I couldn't cry, couldn't laugh. I just sat there thinking, how do you steal someone's world and then ask them to smile in your photos? Now it's your turn. What would you do? Say yes to keep the peace? Or say no and risk being the villain in someone else's love story? Drop your thoughts below. Would you show up in the dress or burn the invitation? 1 year later. Ivy's gone silent on socials. Her once glamorous posts? Deleted. Cameron? Still follows her. Still types messages he never sends. Lily? She's on every podcast. The girl who lost everything, then found herself. Her book's a bestseller. Her TED Talk is titled, "I Chose Myself." Then, one day, an anonymous blog post goes viral. It's called "Loving Someone Who Forgot You in a Room Full of People." The internet connects the dots. It's Ivy, the girl who had everything and still lost. Not because Lily won, but because she never played for love, only for power. And Cameron? He writes her one final message. Typed, deleted, rewritten, then posted publicly. If you loved me the way you say you did, you wouldn't have watched me bleed and called it passion. You would have stayed, quietly, when I needed you loud. The post breaks the internet. Lily reads it, alone, smiling, but this time it's not pride. It's peace. She doesn't respond, not because she's angry, but because she finally stopped needing closure from chaos. So, what did we just witness? Was it love? Or was it just proximity? Was Ivy a villain, or just a mirror reflecting the cracks in a boy who never knew his own strength? Was Cameron weak for leaving Lily, or brave for trying? And Lily? Was she lucky, or just someone who finally believed she was enough? Can someone really love you and still leave you for someone louder? What if the loudest love isn't the strongest, just the most desperate? Not every heartbreak needs revenge. Sometimes survival is the plot twist, and sometimes letting go is the loudest love letter you'll ever write. What do you do when the truth doesn't set you free? It burns you alive. I woke up the next morning with my phone vibrating like a ticking bomb. 12 missed calls, 38 unread messages. Cameron, Lily, even his mom. I didn't reply to any of them. Instead, I stared at the photo I posted last night, me in red next to the bride in white. 1,000 likes, 3,000 comments. People didn't just watch, they chose sides. Some called me a hero, others called me a hater. A few asked where I got the dress. But the message that broke me came from Cameron. Cameron, 1:42 a.m. You always wanted to be the main character. Well, congrats. You ruined everything. Funny, I never wanted the spotlight. I just didn't want to be the background in my own life. Lily texted too. Lily, 2:06 a.m. I thought we were stronger than one mistake. You humiliated me. One mistake? I typed, then deleted, then typed again. Me. No, you humiliated us, all of us who trusted you, but you just called it love. Sent. No reply. Later that afternoon, I walked to the mailbox. Hair messy, hoodie oversized, no makeup, just real, raw. Inside was the wedding favor, a small glass bottle with a note inside. Love is patient. Love is kind. I laughed. It echoed down the empty street. Because love, real love, doesn't hide in DMs. It doesn't come with ultimatums. And it doesn't wear someone else's ring while texting you, miss you, at 2 a.m. I took that bottle, walked to the nearest trash can, and dropped it in. No tears, no regrets, just silence. Not the kind that aches, but the kind that finally feels like peace. Now it's your turn. You've heard the whole story. So, tell me, was Ivy a villain, or just the first one brave enough to walk away? Was Lily just insecure, or calculated? Did Cameron ever really love anyone but himself? Drop your truth in the comments. because sometimes the most romantic thing you can do is leave. Team Ivy or Team Lily? Red dress energy or keep the peace? This isn't just a story. It's a mirror. If someone betrays you but still calls you bestie, is that loyalty or lunacy? I didn't respond to the email, but that didn't stop her. 2 days later, I got added to a group chat. My bride squad, pink chef ribbon. Lily, oh my God, it's happening. So excited to plan with my girls. Pink, pink. Bride squad goals. Another girl chimed in. Someone I barely knew from high school. Yes, this is gonna be the cutest wedding ever. Ivy, you in? Ivy, you in? As if nothing ever happened. As if they didn't blow a hole through my chest 6 months ago. I typed, then erased, typed again. My thumbs were literally shaking. I was about to leave the group when Lily messaged privately. Lily, hey, please don't make this awkward. I know it's weird, but you're stronger than this. Let's not turn it into drama. Stronger than this? Girl, I'm not a Marvel character. I'm a woman trying to survive watching her ex marry her best friend. Then the final punch. Lily, you always said you wanted what's best for him, and that's me now. I sat there in silence. I thought about all the nights she cried over guys who didn't text back, how I held her hair when she was drunk, how I edited her resume, stayed up late to help her apply for internships. And now I was drama. Then a message popped up from an unknown number. Cameron, hey, I didn't want you to find out like this. Find out what? That you and my best friend are getting married and want me clapping like a trained seal? I ignored it, but the texts kept coming. Cameron, I know I messed up. I didn't plan for any of this. It just happened. Cameron, she was there when things got hard. You were always strong, but sometimes I needed soft. So now I was too strong to be loved? Cameron, I still care about you, always. The audacity. To cheat, ghost, and still want to be the good guy? I threw my phone across the bed. My heart didn't break all at once. It cracked in quiet corners. In every unread text, every group chat notification, every photo of them smiling like I never existed. People always say, if he wanted to, he would. But no one talks about what happens when he does, just not with you. Then I ask you, if your ex and your best friend pretend like nothing happened, do you forgive and play along? Or do you finally choose yourself and walk away from the wreckage? Vance, drop it in the comments. Is Ivy too cold or finally choosing peace? Can you wear a bridesmaid's dress to the wedding of the man you once planned to marry? It was raining the day I walked into the bridal boutique. Gray sky, wet hair, heart heavier than my soaked hoodie. I told myself I wasn't going. I told myself I'd block her, block him, block every piece of this story from my life. But curiosity? That thing is a killer. I just wanted to see her face, to look her in the eye and see if there was even an ounce of guilt. The store smelled like roses and vanilla dreams. I stepped in, and there they were, Lily, surrounded by satin, sparkles, and smiling girls who didn't know the whole story. Lily, OMG, you made it! I knew you'd come. You look tired, but like in a cute way. That was her, always slicing compliments with little knives. I didn't respond, just stared. She hugged me anyway, too tightly, like she was trying to squeeze forgiveness out of my spine. Then she pulled out the dress. Baby pink, strapless, too soft, too sweet, like her version of this story. "Lily, you'll look like such a dream in this, and Cam always said pink made you glow, remember?" I bit my lip so hard I tasted metal. I tried on the dress, looked in the mirror, and for a second, I wasn't sure who I was looking at. Just a girl pretending. Pretending she didn't remember the beach trip where Cameron told her she was it, the real one, the future, his home. Pretending she didn't remember how Lily cried when her boyfriend dumped her, and Ivy let her crash at her place for a week. Now here I was, wearing a pastel lie. In the mirror behind me, I saw Lily taking selfies with the others, posting stories. Hashtag bridesmaid vibes, hashtag best day ever. A text buzzed in my pocket. "Cameron, I heard you went today. You didn't have to, but thank you." Then another. "Cameron, I hope this doesn't change how you see me." Change how I see you? You took my heart and gave it to my best friend, like it was a hand-me-down. But the worst part? Some part of me still missed him. The way his voice dropped when he said my name. The way his hand fit around mine like it was designed for it. I hated that I still loved him. That night, I posted one picture. Me in the bridesmaid dress. No caption, no smile. Let the world guess. And they did. DMs came flying in. "Wait, aren't they dating? Girl, what? Didn't y'all used to be?" But the comment that broke me? "She took your man and now you're wearing her colors? Nah, that's wild." And they were right. Sometimes the strongest move isn't walking away. Sometimes it's refusing to keep playing a game you already lost. Comment. Now it's your turn. If your ex's fiancé wanted you by her side in pink and pearls, would you smile through it or finally say, "I'm not your accessory"? Thoughts? Is Ivy still healing or just punishing herself? Would you still say, "Congratulations," if you found out the cheating started before the breakup? I wasn't even snooping, I swear. I was just looking for that old playlist Cameron made for my birthday. You know, the one titled, "To My Favorite Human." And there it was. A folder in my Gmail called Shared Memories. I don't remember making it, but it was there. Clicked it. Dozens of emails, screenshots, voice memos, dates that didn't match my memories. And one message burned into my brain forever. From Lily. To Cameron. Subject, "I think about you at night." My stomach twisted. The timestamp? 4 months before we broke up? I read every line, every "what if" and "do you think she knows?" I read how they laughed at our trip to Charleston, the one where I thought we were reconnecting, when in reality, they were already building something behind my back. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't throw my phone. I didn't even block them. I just went still. Still like a glass of water before it shatters. Still like the moment before a storm swallows everything. Next morning, Lily sent another voice note. "Lily, I know this whole thing is probably weird for you, but you're still one of my closest friends. I want you by my side." She said closest friends, like it was still true. Like she didn't kiss the boy I loved while still sleeping over at my apartment. I replied with one line. Me. Sure, I'll be there. In pink. That's when I decided. If they want a performance, I'll give them a show. I started posting. Not revenge stuff, just better stuff. Sunset pics, new outfits, haircuts, me laughing, loud. No more crying selfies, no more heartbreak hashtags. And it worked. DMs shifted. Girl, you're glowing. Cameron fumbled the bag. Is that a new guy in your stories? Lily even asked. Lily, are you seeing someone? I smiled through the phone. Me. Maybe? Why? She hesitated. Lily. No reason, just curious. But I knew that tone, that fake casual tone, the one she used when she was losing control. I wasn't the heartbroken girl anymore, and that scared her. Comment: if you found out your ex cheated, not just emotionally, but strategically, would you confront? Or would you do what Ivy did? Go silent, then show up, unbothered and shining. Then drop your thoughts. Is revenge better when it's quiet? Or should Ivy burn it all down? If you had to stand next to the woman who stole your boyfriend, what would you wear? The day of the wedding felt like a movie. Not a rom-com, not a fairy tale. More like the kind where the lead girl walks in slow motion, holding a secret so sharp it could cut the entire room. Lily had sent a message that morning. Lily, hey love, so excited for today. Bring flats, ceremonies outdoors. Pink, I didn't reply. Instead, I stared at myself in the mirror. And no, I wasn't in pink. I was wearing red. A deep, blood-red satin dress. Slit high, lips matte, eyes sharp. If Lily wanted peace, I'd give her fire. The Uber driver didn't say a word, just looked at me through the mirror like, you good? I wasn't, but I was ready. I walked into the venue. Vineyard, sunshine, pastel flowers everywhere. Fake smiles, real champagne. And there she was, Lily, dressed like a Pinterest board. Lace, pearls, perfect curls. She turned, saw me. Her face flickered, like she wasn't sure if she should smile or apologize. But she did smile. Lily, you came. I stepped closer. Me, of course. Wouldn't miss it. She looked me up and down. Lily, you look, wow, not exactly bridesmaid attire though. I smiled. Me, yeah, plans changed. She laughed, awkward, tight. Lily, well, your dress is kind of bold. Me, so was sleeping with my boyfriend. Silence. That silence where every eye turns, but no one says a word. She blinked. Lily, let's not do this here. I leaned in. Me, why not? Isn't this the perfect place to celebrate your honesty? She swallowed. Lily, Cam doesn't know you know. I smiled. Again. Slower. Oh, he will. Cameron appeared minutes later. Suit tight. Smile fake. He hugged me like nothing ever happened. Cameron, Ivy, you look amazing. Me, thanks, I'm not staying long. His smile twitched. Cameron, you okay? Me, never better. We posed for one photo, just one. The caption later, me, on Instagram. The most beautiful lies come dressed in white. 200 comments, 400 DMs. People asking, did she really? Wait, is this real? Who's the groom? I didn't answer, because sometimes silence screams louder. And I was done whispering. Now your turn. If someone betrayed you, not just in love, but in loyalty, would you crash the wedding with grace or with fire? Vote. Drop your take below. Was Ivy petty or powerful? Would you have worn red?